So JD continues to have monster wins as the places that went after him, the places that stood by that nameless person, they continue to fall by the wayside. This, for example, is Refinery 29. Now, Refinery 29, if you don't know the name, it was weaponized as a publication by that nameless person and their friends. Here's I.O. Tillett Wright, for example, writing why I called 911, basically spinning a story that has been disproven time and again. See, Refinery 29 flagrantly took sides, thinking pandering to that nameless person, it would hook them up. And here's the thing, it didn't. I love stories like this too. Why? Because they involve karma. They involve big wins. They showcase what standing by this stuff gets you. Yeah, you and I are going to talk about it today. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And if you would, before we get started, one thing. We have a link at the top of the description. Check that out. It's for our newest book, coming soon. More on that at the end of the video, and thank you in advance. So as far as this story goes here, I absolutely love it. Why? Because this is karma. This is one of those big wins, and it's something you and I could have seen coming, but places like Refinery 29, yeah, they didn't see it coming at all. In fact, if you do a simple search for that nameless person, looking up how many articles you'll find 90 of them. All of them are positive. None of them second guess what has happened at all. In fact, some of them, they go well above and beyond. This article right here, for example, it is a true standout when it comes to that certain nameless person and what they stand for. Why I called 911. Now, if you look at the date on this, June 8th, 2016, you're talking about an article that was written right after that supposed event transpired. You see the person telling you this too. I.O. Tillett Wright. Now, many of those articles that I showcase to you, those are nasty because they're incendiary. But this is another type of viciousness. It wants to weaponize the media. It wants to shame them into not asking questions. And you know what? This worked. And it worked for years. Right now, every battered woman in the world is watching this media circus, internalizing the message that when they come forward for help, when they break the cycle, they will be called a gold digger, a cheater, and be accused of having faked it all for attention. I'm looking at every journalist, every editor, every person who puts a comment on an article pointing an uneducated finger. You are the lynch mob. You are the deafening chord. Now, if you've never heard of I.O. Tillett Wright, by the way, that's okay. I would never have known who this person was either, but they are part of the inner circle of that certain nameless person, a la 2016, and they came up with one heck of a tale. Now, Refinery 29, they never go in, they never fact check any of it. They just doubled down, they put up more articles like I just showed you, but other people, they do that. When they go in and they fact check that, well, they get threatened. Listen to this here. Quote, "The lawyers tell me not to talk to you, but I insist that you are all human beings who ultimately want the truth and for honest good people to prevail. Now that you have seen the facts and the errors in your quote-unquote reporting, if you don't want to be an honorable person who responds to new information and are in fact only in it for the followers or other motives, you will be served with a cease and desist and a slander lawsuit. This is not a joke. This is my life, most of which I have spent fighting for the underdog." That's the way that Refinery 29 wanted to present themselves and all of the people that they were shilling for. They're the underdogs fighting for other underdogs. Never mind the fact that they belong to Vice Media, a huge media conglomerate. And yeah, when they were doing that, they were denigrating customers. They were telling people, you're not welcome here with certain types of opinions. And you know how that tale turned turns out? It turns out just like this. Vice Media lays off staff members at Vice, Refinery 29, and pivot to visual storytelling. Now listen to this here, and you tell me that this is not only a huge win, but also that this isn't karma in action. Quote, Vice Media Group undertook a round of layoffs Thursday, just 15 months after letting go 155 employees during the height of the beer bug. Now listen to what happens here. So the Vice Media Chief Digital Officer, they end up sending out a midday email to their staff on Thursday. Now this email, it ends up getting obtained by the Huffington Post, but it has the subject line. This isn't what you would think it would be, by the way, but the subject line is our continued global alignment and growth. Now, this email, it doesn't go into the idea that you're going to have staff cuts at all. Basically, it projects this idea that it's just some kind of lengthy diatribe that you're reading. But when you get about a dozen paragraphs in, it starts talking about layoffs. It describes them as a result of the company's quote-unquote continued global alignment. Quote, we've unfortunately had to say goodbye to some of our friends and colleagues today. We wish them well and thank them for their dedicated service over the years. Now, there are plenty of social media posts from those that were laid off, but this one, it really takes the prize. Why? Because you can see here that going out and trying to destroy people like JD, that's not a problem at Refinery 29. That's par for the course. You know, when you do that, that's not a problem. When somebody lays you off, though, oh, that's terrible. What exactly did you expect? Quote, a statement from Vice and Refinery 29's union regarding today's layoff. We are once again devastated to learn that 17 of our colleagues have been laid off from Vice and Refinery 29 in what has become a macabre annual ritual at this company. We are further dismayed that the company's only acknowledgement of these layoffs came in the third to last paragraph of a 1,100-word email from the company's chief digital officer announcing managerial promotions, a quote-unquote global alignment, and the achievement of arbitrary social media metrics. We have worked in this industry long enough to know today's metrics are tomorrow's punchlines, and yesterday's pivot is today's clumsy tumble. What makes our work meaningful is the expertise and hard work of the people callously brushed aside today, but they are forever our colleagues and members of the Vice Union. We will support and fight for them today, tomorrow, and always. Solidarity forever. Again, it's a problem when somebody takes their job out from under them, when they say that they're disposable. When you do that to other people, yeah, not a problem at all, right? We could say a lot more on this topic too, but really it comes down to two things. Karma. People go out, try to destroy reputation and occupation. Yeah, look what came down the pipe for them. And vindication. You see these folks, they're no longer standing. Well, you know who is. Fun times, right? But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this stuff. As always too, appreciate the heck out of you. Cannot say that enough. That link in the description, that's for our newest book. The book, it is coming very, very soon. This will be our third comic book. People like yourself, you make this stuff work. That's how we support our channel. We don't do sponsorships. We don't do all of this other stuff. We make a product. You want to support us? You can pick up our product, help that out, challenge these industries that try to wreck us. But yeah, you being here, that matters. Thank you. Appreciate you. Can't say that enough. Going to end here with that. See you soon.